Meanwhile, we begin tonight with the Trump hush money trial. Closing arguments going on all day and wrapping up late tonight. The judge then sending everyone home for the night. But at 10 a.m. tomorrow morning, the judge will talk to the jury. They then will begin deliberations.
Eyewitness News reporter Anthony Carlo live at the courthouse in Lower Manhattan with what we can expect come the morning. Anthony.
Well, that's right. And after a very long night for those jurors at court, in less than 12 hours now, as you mentioned, they will have basically all of this in their hands. And whatever they decide, they will be part of American history in their decision. Today, or tonight rather, in the closing arguments, we heard from the Trump defense team again taking shots at the prosecution's star witness, Michael Cohen, calling him the human embodiment of reasonable doubt, claiming that Trump had no idea of the alleged falsification of business records and that he was too busy running a country to be micromanaging a conspiracy. But the prosecution, well, they certainly had their final word, claiming that Trump tried to muzzle women and their stories that could cost him an election. At 7:57 p.m., the state rested its case against Donald J. Trump. The former president's fate officially in the hands of the jury. For a whopping 5 hours, that jury of 7 men and 5 women heard the prosecution's closing argument. You may say, who cares? Who cares if Mr. Trump slept with a porn star 10 years before the 2016 election? Prosecutor Steinglass told the jury, it's hard to say that the American people don't have the right to decide for themselves. For more than a month, prosecutors have worked to prove Trump falsified business records to cover up hush money payments made to Stormy Daniels during the election, calling then Trump fixer Michael Cohen to the stand. The star witness testified that he brokered the $130,000 deal to buy Daniels' silence and save the Trump campaign that had already been unraveling.
When you're a star, if they let you do it, you can do anything.
After Trump was caught on a hot mic disparaging women, the defense in its closing argument zeroed in on Cohen, who testified that Trump authorized the payments, specifically referencing a 90-second phone call 2 weeks before the election in which Cohen said he and Trump discussed the payments to Daniels. During cross, the defense poked holes in Cohen's testimony, suggesting the call was really to Trump's bodyguard. I don't know how many lies are enough lies just to reject Mr. Cohen's testimony. Trump lawyer Todd Blanche told the jury, big or small, meaningful or not meaningful, but that was a lie. The prosecution took the focus off their star witness. This case is not about Michael Cohen, said Steinglass. He's like a tour guide through the physical evidence, but those documents don't lie, and they don't forget. And tomorrow at 10 a.m., Judge Juan Merchan will charge the jury. That simply means he'll give the jury instructions, sort of a roadmap about what they can and cannot consider in their verdict. To prevent a conviction here, the defense simply needs to convince just one juror that the prosecution has not proved Trump's guilt beyond a reasonable doubt. We're live in Lower Manhattan. Anthony Carlo, Channel 7 Eyewitness News.
Anthony, thank you. And stay with Eyewitness News and ABC News as the jury begins deliberations and all the way through a verdict. We have the very latest on the air and anytime on ABC 7 NY.